Well, I can't believe it's the last week of the month that we are using the Frame Florets bundle. My name is Tina Kavergich and I'm Northern Stamper. If you have any questions, please drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Today we're going to be making our last card, and this is actually one of my favorite ones because, yes, it involves coloring with my favorite Stampin' Blends. What we need is our Memento Black and the rest of our package. Make sure you have some basic white cardstock, just a little extra just in case. So what we're going to do is we are going to be doing a lot of stamping and some coloring with this stamp set. Don't forget to join with me in January and February to grab your starter kit and join my team. Choose option number 3, $225 worth of goodies and pay only $135. It's actually an amazing deal. And if you want to know what to place in your starter kit or you have some questions, take a look at one of the videos I had created a little while ago. It's up there in the link. So with no further ado, let's get started. So in our package we have our beautiful polished pink. This is our basic cardstock, polished pink cardstock for our card base. There is a piece of basic white that should fit right on top, and it has a nice frame around, you can see. There is a piece of Flirty Flamingo cardstock. There is a piece of polished pink cardstock, and the last little bit is a little piece of white that should fit inside, and if it doesn't, just trim it off a little so that it fits right inside this nice little polished pink little frame. So as you can tell, I will be cutting this down just a little bit so that it fits in. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you are ready to go. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with some stamping using Memento Black ink. And we are going to be using this beautiful little flower set here. Okay, so let's get started and let's see what we can make. Here we go. There is our piece of basic white, and all I'm going to do is ink up this stamp. Make sure you pat and turn. That's one of the tricks. Okay. Oh, I'm going to double check. See how it's a little gloopy there? I'm just going to double check, and I'm going to stamp on that piece of paper. And you know what? I don't. Okay, so we have our stamp on our block, and what I'm going to do is be stamping with some Memento Black ink. Now, because this is a polymer stamp set, the kind you can see through, it needs a little bit of cushioning, so I'm going to put this piercing mat right underneath. So there we go, you can see that on top. I'm going to ink it up by patting and turning. I'm going to take a look, make sure it's all well covered. I'm going to go back. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to start on one of the ends here, and we will just kind of along the edge in the middle. So I'm going to go this way. Okay, there we go. Have my little flowers coming down and out, kind of like that little horseshoe shape. So I got one there. I'm going to do the same on the other side, close to the edge. Can you see? Oh, let's bring that up a little bit so you can see. I'm going to bring it along the edge there, stamp again, ink it up. I'm going to turn this so that we can get it on all four sides. So we're going to have a little bit on all four sides. Isn't that turning out fantastic? I just love this. Okay, there we go. All right, so that I have all on that piece right here. Now, what I want to do is, since we have our ink open, I'm going to be stamping on this little piece. Remember, that went on these other two pieces of cardstock. So I have cut it down so it comes all the way through. Now, I don't want the ink onto my Pearson mat. So what I'm going to do is actually get a little scrap of paper and put it underneath. Okay, there we go. You can see I got the cardstock there, and we're going to actually now move on, and I'm going to use this flower here and maybe some of these leaves. So let's get them on a block. Okay. And again, I'm going to ink it up, and I'm going to have that one right in the middle. Okay, I'm going to place it right in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to have some of the leaves kind of coming along the edge there. So place the leaves on there. And I'll ink it up. Kind of have them peeking around the edge. See, that's why I have it so I don't stamp onto my mat. I'll have a little bit on there. And maybe we'll try and get a little bit of the flower in the corner. Okay. There we go. And I'll have a leaf on the corner. There we go. There we go. Just for some design all the way around. So I have that all stamped in the Memento Black. And what I want to do actually is color this little piece of basic white that we have here. Now I'm going to be using my different Stampin' Blend colors. And I'm going to start with one of the darkest colors that I'm going to color the flower with. So let's take a look at Melon Mambo. I'm going to do a little test there. There we go. I'm going to do some dark coloring where I think it should be dark. And there we go. I'm going to use the light color of this to lighten it up and color those pieces in. That's polished pink, light Melon Mambo. So I'm going to take the fine tip end and kind of go around the edge on where I colored in and bring the ink so it blends down into it. Okay. Work on one flower at a time when you're working with alcohol blends. Take your time. So this way the ink won't dry too quickly and you'll be able to blend those colors together. Okay, just finish that up. I'm going to be using a different color that I can bring in that last flower off into the corner. I'm actually going to use a light polished pink. There we go. And I'm going to actually add in a completely different color, and this way it kind of gives it a bit of different color than the one in the center. And let's add a little bit of Melon Mambo. And that's coming together, and let's add some green. Now, isn't that looking fantastic? There we go. That is looking great. What we want to do next is mat these on the 2 pieces of cardstock. Okay, and what we're just going to do, I'm just going to tape it straight down and straight again. There we go. And now that this is matted, we're going to bring in our card base and our piece of cardstock. We're going to glue this onto the card base. And let's get some dimensionals, and we are going to add the dimensionals behind this colored piece. So it kind of turns out to be like a colored spotlight idea. Okay, and we're going to place that right in the middle. We'll make a little sentiment if you want. There we go, right in the middle there. So it has that pop of color just right in the center. Now, if you have a scrap of paper, let's take a look at one of the sentiments and stamp it on and mat that also. Okay. I'm going to stamp this in black. Turn that over and stamp again. There we go. And let's just cut that out. I'm just going to tuck that underneath, bring it in a little bit. Add some adhesive. And we will tuck that right in between. There we go. Oh. I think I need a little dimensional in there. piece off. Oh. There we go. So there we go. And if you want, add a little bit of Wink of Stella to the card. And voila. Check it out. What do you think? Don't forget, northernstamper@gmail.com.